At just 35, Jonathan McReynolds, one of gospel music's brightest stars, was brought to his knees in front of cameras, breaking down in tears after a revelation that left fans speechless. What he revealed wasn't just personal, it shook his career, his ministry, and the hearts of millions who have followed his journey. Stay with me because the details of this moment are both heartbreaking and eye-opening, and they show a side of Jonathan McReynolds the public rarely sees. Jonathan McReynolds has long been celebrated as one of gospel music's most talented and inspiring voices, known for his soulful lyrics, uplifting messages, and ability to connect deeply with audiences. But behind the scenes, his journey has been far from easy. In this video, we're diving into the emotional moment when McReynolds broke down in tears, exploring the shocking revelation that prompted it and the ripple effects it had on his personal life, career, and ministry. We'll break down the context leading up to this moment, including the pressures of fame, past struggles, and challenges that many fans may not have been aware of. You'll see the human side of a man often seen as unshakable on stage and understand why this emotional moment resonated with so many people worldwide. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of what happened, why it mattered, and how Jonathan McReynolds responded in a way that both humbled and inspired his audience. And stick around because as we go deeper, we'll uncover details that aren't widely reported, facts that shed light on why this revelation became such a pivotal moment in his life and career. It all unfolded during a live interview that fans weren't expecting to be so intense. Jonathan McReynolds, known for his calm demeanor and inspirational messages, was faced with a question that struck a deeply personal chord. The revelation he shared wasn't just a minor detail, it was a profound truth about his life that he had carried privately for years. While McReynolds has always been open about his journey through faith and music, this moment exposed vulnerabilities that few had ever witnessed. Reports indicate that the revelation touched on struggles with mental health, the weight of expectations as a young gospel artist, and challenges balancing personal life with the demands of ministry and fame. As he began speaking, it became clear that this was more than an anecdote. It was a raw, unfiltered glimpse into his heart. The video captured him pausing, taking deep breaths, and finally letting the emotions flow. Tears streamed down his face as he spoke, leaving the interviewer visibly moved and the audience at home in shock. Social media immediately reacted, with clips of the moment going viral within hours. Fans expressed overwhelming support, many sharing stories of how McReynolds' music had helped them through similar struggles. What made this moment especially impactful was the way he framed the revelation. Instead of focusing solely on hardship, McReynolds highlighted lessons learned, spiritual growth, and the importance of faith during life's most challenging moments. This balance of vulnerability and wisdom is part of what has made him such a respected figure in gospel music. To fully understand why Jonathan McReynolds' revelation hit so hard, you have to look at the journey that brought him here. Rising to prominence in gospel music at a young age, McReynolds achieved critical acclaim with multiple award-winning albums, chart-topping singles, and performances at major venues. By 35, he was celebrated not only as a musician, but also as a mentor, speaker, and influencer in the faith community. But with success came immense pressure. Sources close to McReynolds revealed that the expectations placed on him were not just from fans. They came from labels, event organizers, and even his own self-imposed standards. The life of a high-profile gospel artist is filled with constant travel, rigorous recording schedules, and the need to maintain a flawless public image. While many see the accolades and stage performances, few realize the sacrifices behind the scenes. Long hours, emotional strain, and the delicate balance of staying true to faith while meeting industry demands. Personal life challenges also played a critical role. McReynolds has openly discussed the tension between maintaining relationships and his career commitments, including time with family, friends, and close confidants. Being in the spotlight often amplifies every personal struggle, making private matters public and magnifying feelings of vulnerability. Sources suggest that the revelation he shared during the interview stemmed from years of carrying emotional burdens that had never been fully expressed. In addition to career and personal pressures, McReynolds faced moments of creative uncertainty. Even the most talented artists experience periods of doubt, questions about direction, purpose, and impact. For someone who builds a career on inspiration and faith, these internal battles can feel isolating. Fans may hear his uplifting songs and speeches, but the truth is that the emotional weight of consistently delivering hope can be overwhelming. This context helps explain why the revelation he shared was so raw and why it resonated so strongly with viewers around the world. And here's the cliffhanger that kept the audience captivated. While the interview captured tears and emotional vulnerability, insiders hint that McReynolds' revelation may also foreshadow upcoming decisions regarding his music, ministry, or public engagements. Could this be a turning point in his career? Will we see a shift in the type of music he releases or the way he connects with his audience? Fans are left waiting for answers, and the tension surrounding his next move has made every statement, post, and performance a point of intense scrutiny. As soon as Jonathan McReynolds' emotional revelation aired, social media erupted. Clips of him breaking down in tears were shared across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, garnering millions of views within hours. Fans were not just shocked, they were deeply moved, with many expressing empathy, gratitude, and even personal confessions in response. The emotional authenticity of the moment struck a chord, reminding audiences why McReynolds has been such an influential figure in gospel music for years. Fans took to platforms to share stories of how McReynolds' music had helped them navigate struggles similar to his own. Tweets read like heartfelt letters, recounting experiences with anxiety, faith crises, or personal hardships, and noting how his songs provided comfort and guidance. One viral thread described how a fan, inspired by McReynolds' transparency, felt empowered to openly discuss mental health issues with their family for the first time. These responses underscored the far-reaching impact of his vulnerability. It wasn't just a celebrity moment, it was a lifeline for many. Media outlets quickly picked up the story. Entertainment and faith-based publications highlighted the unprecedented nature of the moment, emphasizing both his vulnerability and his authenticity. Analysts praised McReynolds for demonstrating emotional courage, noting that in an industry where public figures often maintain a polished facade, showing raw emotion was both rare and powerful. Coverage ranged from detailed recaps of the interview to opinion pieces about the pressures on young gospel artists, cementing the event as a topic of national conversation. Even fellow musicians and influencers weighed in. Many offered support, sharing personal anecdotes or expressing admiration for McReynolds' courage. Some speculated on how this revelation might influence his upcoming projects, while others praised him for showing that even the most successful individuals can experience moments of vulnerability. The collective response highlighted a shift in public perception. Emotional transparency, once seen as weakness, was now celebrated as strength. But the conversation didn't end there. Insiders suggest that the viral response may have caught McReynolds by surprise, intensifying the emotional weight of the moment. Suddenly, private struggles were in the public eye, prompting not just support, but curiosity, speculation, and even scrutiny. Fans began debating the implications. How would this revelation affect his career trajectory? Would it influence the tone of his next album, his ministry engagements, or the personal messages he shares publicly? Jonathan McReynolds' emotional breakdown wasn't just a fleeting viral moment. It signaled a potential turning point in both his personal life and his career. Sources close to the artist suggest that the revelation exposed long-standing struggles that could influence the direction of his music, ministry, and public persona for years to come. On a personal level, this moment demonstrated an unprecedented level of vulnerability. For an artist who has built a career on uplifting and inspirational messages, admitting emotional strain in front of the world was a courageous act. Fans and commentators alike noted that McReynolds' tears humanized him, showing that even highly successful public figures contend with fear, doubt, and personal challenges. Psychologists and faith leaders commenting on the incident highlighted the importance of such openness in destigmatizing mental health discussions, especially within religious communities where emotional transparency has often been undervalued. Career-wise, the implications are significant. McReynolds is known for carefully crafting his albums, tours, and public appearances. This revelation may influence the themes of upcoming projects, encouraging him to explore deeper, more personal narratives in his music. Some industry insiders speculate that we could see a shift towards songs that focus on overcoming adversity, mental health awareness, and the raw realities of life in the spotlight. Topics that resonate deeply with a growing audience seeking authenticity in gospel music. The moment also impacts his ministry work. McReynolds' transparency strengthens his connection with fans and congregants, creating a more intimate and relatable image. Leaders and faith communities praised him for modeling courage, showing that spiritual leaders can embrace their humanity while guiding others. However, insiders caution that such openness carries risk. Public vulnerability invites scrutiny, speculation, and pressure to continue sharing personal matters in future appearances. Balancing authenticity with privacy will be a delicate dance for McReynolds moving forward. Social media chatter adds another layer to the story. Hashtags like Jonathan McReynolds Tears, Faith and Vulnerability, and Gospel Realness